Hey, 7th grade. Yesterday, we were working on 11-3 similar figures. Your homework was to do 5 through 11 all. Before we start the next section, I want you to be able to check your answers. Today we're going to move on to 11-4, which is proving triangles similar. The first thing we need to know is that the sum of all angle measures of all of the triangles, right triangles, isosceles triangles, all of them, is 180 degrees when we add them up. If we do an example, let's say we have RST, triangle RST, and we need to find the missing measure here. So that would be angle S, okay? If we know that R is 55 degrees, and we know that T is 55 degrees, if we set that up equal to 180, we can solve just like a normal equation. 55 and 55 is 110. If we subtract 110 on the left and subtract 110 on the right, I'm out of room, but S will be equal to 70. Degrees. Okay. The second piece of today that we need is AA similarity. This is when two angles of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding angles of another triangle. And if they are, then the triangles are similar due to AA, angle-angle, similarity. So in an example for this type of question, they're going to ask you to show that these triangles are similar. QPR and LKM. So if we take the first one, triangle QPR, the information that we're given is that one of the angles is 91 degrees and another one is 37 degrees, and that one is missing. And we know that all triangles, because of the definition in the very beginning, are equal to 180 degrees. Okay? So because we know that, we can solve. So if we do 91 and 37, let's see, I think it's 128 plus R is equal to 180. When I subtract 128 from both sides, I'm left with R equals 52 degrees. Okay, I'm just gonna, I was writing it so small it was hard to read, so I'm gonna make that just a little bit bigger, write it outside. So then for my second triangle, KLM, we know that one of the angles is 91 and the other one is 52, and the missing one is going to be equal to 180. And when we combine 91 and 52, we get 143. And when we subtract 143 from both sides, we're left with M equals, let's see, 37. So all of our angle measures, the corresponding measures are the same. So for our small angle of Q, We have M, which is also 37, 37. We have K and R, which are both 52. And we have L and P, which are both 91. So the answer to this is that triangle QPR and KLM are similar due to our angle similarity. And this whole thing is our answer. Okay, so because two of the corresponding angles are the same, that means the triangles are similar. How about you try one? You try. If we have a triangle, like our first example, where we know two of the angles and are missing one, how can we find the measure of K? Pause and try that. (74) and 68, the two that we know, when we combine them, we get 142. And when we subtract that from both sides, we get the variable alone, which is 38. So the measure of K, the missing measure, is 38 degrees. Now let's try one like the second type. Let's say we have I'd like you to try this one, so I'm going to continue to solve it quietly. How would we show if these are similar? So we know 45 and 80, and we know 55 and 80. How'd you do? Did you get that one? There's one more that I'd like you to see before I assign the homework. Do a new page. Find the value of x. Okay, let's say they have a problem like this. Find the value of x. And they give you no good information. Okay, so they don't give you any measurements other than x, 2x, and 3x. Well, what do we know? We know that all three of them, all three sides, are supposed to be equal to 180. So let's set in to the equation what we know. X, 2x, and 3x. And because they are all x's, they're like labels, which means we can combine them. There's 1 here, 2 and 3. So together, that's 6x is equal to 180. If we divide to get the variable alone, we're going to be left with x is equal to 30 degrees. Find the value of x. X equals 30. For homework tonight, we are going to be looking at page 435. We're going to do numbers 6 through 11 and 15 through 17. Thanks, guys.